Uvalde Radio.
Texas Best Country.
It's UvaldeRadio.net. I'm Robert Miguel, and in our best effort to just, man, everybody's going stir crazy. We can't get out for a live concert, can't really do much of anything except hang out and read the news, which is mostly kind of grim. Doing our best to just make you guys smile, turn you on to some great new music, and with me on the phone, a gentleman who's had a pretty good hit record here in the past year or so, and he's got a brand new single, Mr. Jon Stork.
How you doing, bud?
I'm good, man. How you doing today?
I'm great, man. We're just getting business taken care of and getting things checked off the list, even though we can't really do much or go anywhere. So, just housekeeping.
Right, man. So, yeah, we're doing a lot of staying at home, a lot of getting work done on the computer, and a little bit of networking, I guess. There's other things you can do, between closed doors. Now, for you, I mean, you're a musician, so part of the gig is getting out there, man. I mean, and me, I'm a pretty social guy myself. So people like us, we're kind of going a little nuts. What are you specifically doing to kind of, while away the time, so to speak?
I've been in touch with the band, making sure that all those guys are staying safe and taking the right precautions and making sure that when this is all passed, that we can hit the road. But, like I said, housekeeping, this is the most time I've spent at home since I moved into this house that my wife and I have over 3 years ago. So,
wow.
We're just, taking time to make sure that we're focusing on the right things and, making sure that we get the little things done and just focusing on those things while we have the time. But yeah, you are right. We're some social butterflies, and so it's a little crazy not being able to go out and hang out, see people. But songwriting, planning for the next things, because this is the time that we can take, that we have to take. So we might as well make something productive come out of it. Not saying we do or don't, but new music, stuff like that. Taking notes and making things better all the way around. Not only for spending time with your loved ones, or working on things that you want to get accomplished in the future. Just everything that you could have asked for out of a mandatory break.
Well, I'm telling you now, as a backstory, we're talking to Jon Stork here. As a backstory, you had rolled through Uvalde a few months back. I forget if it was like around the holidays or maybe the very beginning of the year, but you had stopped by to do a kind of a radio promo thing. We hooked up over at Broadway 830, that artisan pizza place here in town, and did a cool interview with you on the air. Yeah, we had a great time. And you mentioned your wife and how you guys really, you're both really busy. You both kind of only meet, every once in a while, right? To get to kind of have you probably have to be really, really tight with your schedule, right? And as far as that kind of busy lifestyle, how is that with your wife? Is it a little strenuous are you enjoying the time together, or is it getting a little bit like, oh, you're cramping my style, babe?
No, hey man, I'll be honest. At first, it was a bit of an adjustment because most of the time we only see each other for a couple hours, 2-3 hours in the evening, and then she goes her way the next morning, and we reconvene the next night. So this time together, this has actually been the most time we've got to spend together since we were on our honeymoon last year. So it's pretty awesome getting to knock things out. I will say I have done more honeydews in the past week than I have ever. And I'm not even exaggerating, but it's awesome, man. Getting to knock things out together and plan and just spend time together is really cool, and I think a lot of people need to just kind of remember that when they might get a little frustrated or whatnot, because this is time that you can take to make everything better.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an opportunity to focus on what's really important and to slow down, and explore, different things. Many of us, I know that I tend to be a bit of a workaholic, and I will, I won't put the phone down, even if I'm off, the emails and the texts are always going. It's just kind of, and you as a musician, I'm sure that's, you've got a handful of people that you're always in contact with that you got to kind of, make decisions on the fly. And sometimes that's 8 p.m., sometimes that's 11 p.m., But this I think is teaching the world, to prioritize a little bit better. Now, you were talking about songwriting. How do you think this will affect you? And I kind of, my spin is I think there's going to be a very interesting set of music that comes out when, this all kind of blows over, so to speak. I feel like there's going to be a lot of content that's going to be dealing with this whole situation we're in with the COVID-19. What do you think? Is this changing the way you look at songwriting and the things that you're thinking, what things that are on your mind?
No, not really. It's kind of just amazing because I guarantee you're going to see a lot of music come out. You're going to see a lot of new music come out after all of this is said and done, and people are trying to get back to somewhat a little bit of normalcy. But you are definitely going to see a lot of new music come out of this, no doubt at all. As far as changing the way of songwriting, I don't think so. At least for me, maybe a couple of topics, maybe hear it in a song or two about getting to spend some time together, or having to slow down, making it mandatory. But other than that, man, I think music's always going to be a way of telling a story, just in a little different delivery.
Well, man, very cool. Again, we're talking to Jon Stork. Now, let's go ahead and get into this, and then we'll talk about your new single. You do have a big live stream concert planned for this weekend, Saturday night, if I'm not mistaken, with KOKE, Coke out of Austin. So that's a pretty big deal. So give us the details on that and how our listeners can view that concert. Because I know Saturday night, man, we're all used to get out and having a good time. We can't do it right now, but we can still enjoy some live music with you.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, our friends over at Coke in Austin have been gracious enough to let us take over their Facebook live stream for the night. I believe it kicks off at 8 p.m. Central. And man, it's been so much fun actually being able to do it. And it's really cool to see how everybody pretty much just pivoted and made it work and made it happen and made these things come together. And we're extremely blessed to be a part of it and be able to do it. And I think people are going to look at using technology for music and for streaming and stuff like that a little bit different after all of this. But, that show is going to be amazing. We're going to have a good time. And I always love, and I say always, but getting into these live streams and being able to connect on a little bit different level. I think it's a little bit more personable, honestly. Looking at it after doing a handful or so, you get the questions that you don't normally get at a live show. And you know what? Everybody gets to enjoy it from their couch or their porch or wherever they're at, and they don't have to pay too much for a beer. So it's a win-win, really.
Well, man, it sounds really exciting. Again, that's a live stream concert, Saturday, April 4th. That's 8 p.m. It's going to be on the Coke FM out of Austin, their Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Coke FM Austin. So just, Google them or Facebook them, and then you can see that concert. Now, you've said you've done a couple of these. How have they gone so far? What are you doing? Greatest hits, a little bit of cover songs, having any guest appearances, or you put the wife on there or anybody, or how do those go generally?
We haven't had any guest appearances as of yet. We've kind of just been hunkered down in the house by ourselves and just trying to be part of the solution more so the problem. So we've been keeping to ourselves, and wife's been running the camera and the light. Nice. And, I've just been back there picking the songs and answering questions that, like I said, people don't normally ask at shows. So trying to connect and make it as real can get, honestly. It's pretty cool. And I'm serious. I think we're probably going to end up doing this on a regular basis, just for all the folks maybe out of state or who can't come out to a show. I think after all of this is said and done, we're going to make it a regular thing.
Well, I think this crisis has certainly taught many of us how to think outside the box. I know that being here in a small, relatively rural town where a lot of small businesses do thrive, but they're not exactly embracing technology. I'm just seeing here in our neighborhood, mom and pop stores, having to not out of choice, but more by necessity, having to embrace online sales and curbside pickup and what I mean, doing everything they can to kind of stay in business. Which I think in the long term, that's a lesson that a lot of these again older school type of business people, it's going to be a valuable lesson for them. So yeah, we're all changing a little bit. Plus, hey, now you got a new tech guy out of your wife is a new tech guy out of the deal. So
yeah. I got my tech gal, and she's rocking and rolling. She's going to be a director one of these days. I can see it.
Right on. Well, very good. Again, we're talking to Jon Stork. Don't miss him Saturday night, 8 o'clock, at Coke FM's Facebook page. That's Coke FM Austin. And again, we've had a couple of your songs on the air. We got your new single right now. It's called Radio Cowboy. In the last year or so, we had Facts and Lies, which did really well on the Texas charts. Give us a quick rundown for those who are brand new to you, just the history of Jon Stork, where you came from, your influences, all that good, kind of in a nutshell.
Man, I grew up in a teeny tiny town. Makes Uvalde look like a metroplex. And honestly, that's where I'm from. We had a truck stop and a gas station that also served as a grocery store. Wow. So I got out of there, and by the time I could have come back home, they sold the farm. So I just kept on having to move and make it happen, and started out many different jobs, and by the time I got to a good spot, I realized that it wasn't what I was supposed to be doing, so I decided to throw in the towel and start a new journey and started playing music, and basically we're here now, and it's been an incredible ride so far, and we're just getting started. So we just released the first full-length album this past fall, and we've got another surprise or two for you, but we can talk about that off air later.
Okay, right on, an exclusive. Very nice. All right, very good. Well, again, man, Jon Stork, it's been really cool. Again, this is your first full-length album. It's called Radio Cowboy, and again, we've been playing one of the singles, and you got a hot new single on right now. Tell us about the process of the record. How you recorded it, how you came up with the songs, all that good stuff.
And it was a shotgun record. We had all the songs and then some. We went through, played all the songs, laid them all out, and picked the favorites. Picked what we wanted to hear, that we felt other people would like to hear as well. That's always been my goal. I want to make music that other people would want to hear out there. The music that I would want to hear. Something with a story, something that'll paint a little bit of a picture for you. And I think Radio Cowboy and the album, I think it does that. It's almost cinematic. There's not a whole lot of themes. There's not a whole lot of thematic albums out there at all. But I think I want to try to bring that back a little bit.
So with the songs, where do you pull that subject matter lyrically and the music influences? Where are those coming from?
It's kind of like planting a seed, man. It just starts with either a single line or an idea, and then you just got to water it. I've written a lot of these songs with good friends of mine who I work well with, and vice versa, and it's just been fun to watch that grow. Not only the songs, but the songwriting with these friends, and it comes from everywhere. It's all around us, and you just have to be able to open your eyes and see it and catch it when it's there.
Well, right on, man. Again, we're talking to Jon Stork. He's got the big live stream concert Saturday, 8 p.m. on the Coke FM Facebook page. Now, I'm sure you're going to have a link up there if anybody wants to support your business, your career, like a Venmo, PayPal type of Cash App link. Will those be available to make a donation? Or
Oh yeah, digital tips, or you can go check out. We've got some new merch. It's going fast because everybody's got plenty of time on their hands. But
yeah.
We just released new merchandise on the website, just jonstork.com, and we also shared the link for the live stream this morning, I believe. So, we've got all the goods out there, and come hang out with us. And even if a sticker or a hat's not up your alley, just come hang out and ask a question, or just come drink a beer with us.
Again, it's going to be a great time. Saturday night, 8 p.m., Jon Stork on the Coke FM Austin Facebook page. And again, your website is jonstork.com. That's John without the H.
No H in John, no babies with Stork.
Okay, right on. Well, man, I appreciate the time, man, you take to talk to us. It's really cool to catch up with you again, and I can't wait for everything to settle down and you get your butt over here to Southwest Texas, maybe do a gig in Uvalde sometime. So let's go ahead and get your new single on the air, and again, we wish you best of luck in all your ventures, and of course, your lovely wife. I know that she actually inspired the Radio Cowboy title, right, of your new single and album?
Yeah, she did. We had planned on taking pictures, engagement pictures, before we got married, and we were wearing matching jackets, and she said, well, I want to put something on the back of your jacket, and I said, well, I'll pick the name that we put on the back of yours, and you pick the name on the back of mine, and yeah, and she's the genius behind all of it. I just show up and write the songs, but yeah, she's the driving force for sure. But she came up with it, and then it just snowballed into basically where we're at now, and it's really something pretty cool to look back on and see how far it's come in just a short amount of time.
We wish you the best, man. It's exciting stuff. So yeah, once the world gets kicked back into gear, we expect to see you soon, or we'll make a trip up to San Antonio to find you. But again, Jon Stork here.
I'll see you very soon. I promise that. I'm looking forward to it, man. I haven't forgotten one bit, and we'll definitely go get some pizza.
Right on. All right. Yeah, shout out to Broadway 30, man. Good stuff. All right, again, Jon Stork, new single. It's called Radio Cowboy. Do not miss him Saturday night, 8 p.m. That's going to be at the facebook.com/Coke FM Austin page. Also, the link will be up there at jonstork.com as well. So let's get this song on the air, man. And John, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate you, and God bless you, okay?
Thank you so much. You too, Robert. I'll talk to you soon, sir.
Right on. It's UvaldeRadio.net.
Every trail that I ride has a song, music to the path that I'm on. I hear it every day in the air, a distant station coming in from somewhere. In every curve, every hill, every mile, I can't take my hand off that dial. I'm a radio cowboy, another small town boy, out here living the dream. Just like my heroes, finding new back roads in every song that I sing. Saddle up and away I go. I'm a radio cowboy. My friends wonder when I'll be home, just as soon as I run out of songs. The sound of a lonesome guitar leads me back to that girl in my heart. When the signal that song starts to fade, another one soon takes its place. I'm a radio cowboy, another small town boy, out here living the dream. Just like my heroes, finding new back roads in every song that I sing. Saddle up and away I go. I'm a radio cowboy. like